All right, we're on. There's Cruise Nuts. Hey, you're first. How about that? Congratulations.
Eddie's on.
There's Eddie.
Sit back.
We're still trying to get adjusted. It's been one of those days.
It's one of those days. I was just on the phone booking hotel reservations for our cruise next week, and they messed them all up. So now I have to go back and redo them all again. So that's fun.
At the hotel?
Yeah. We were trying to do one of those cruise and stay packages, and I had it all booked, but then now 2 of us are flying home one day, 2 of us are flying home the next day. So I tried to extend the hotel and make another night for it on the end of the cruise, and then they booked me double for the same thing, canceled our old reservations, so we'll be fixing all that tomorrow.
In case you guys were wondering, we go on a cruise next Thursday, so that's what we're talking about here. I don't have a ton of vacation time left, and we're starting a new job this coming Friday, so I'm going to work Monday, Tuesday, half a day Wednesday, and then go on the cruise, and then I got to get back so I can be here Monday morning. I did catch a little bit of slack from my superintendent for doing this, but you know what? You guys sandbagged so long and took forever to get this job started. It'll survive without me for 2 days. I'm not real worried about it. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I guess I'll fly into Cleveland
I don't know when you're flying home.
sometime Sunday night.
That's up to you at this
No
stage. I've done
idea.
the rest of it. He's on his own at this stage, guys.
You know, a good travel agent would check flights before booking a cruise, but hey, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta wait.
No, somebody did. And then someone said, no, I'll use my airline miles to get us home, and then didn't book them. And then when those flights sold out, then they were quadrupled in price. So
And I'll tell you what, the flights stink out of Cleveland right now. They're absolutely horrible. Originally somebody was supposed to buy Spirit, and then they backed out, and that was going to give more flights. And now what? JetBlue's in the running to buy Spirit, and that's going to give us more flights out of here. And somehow we wind up flying out of Pittsburgh to get to Orlando, and then getting home just seems like
flights
a
are expensive.
debacle. I don't get it. Yeah, flights are pricey right now, and then did you see today that NOPEC is going to cut their production by 20%, drilling new oil? So that was announced today on CNN. So guess what? Fuel prices are going to be going back up again, and yeah.
Flights are ours aren't necessarily the prices that are killing us. It's as weird as it is, Cleveland is an international airport, but there's just no direct flights. Because we lost all of our hubs of the big airlines, so the only 2 flights that really go for, at least for Florida, are Spirit and Frontier. The only 2 that fly directly to Orlando, or at least Florida in general, every day. So you're not getting. It's really hard. You're constantly playing the Spirit Frontier game, and if you've ever played the Spirit Frontier game, you know how that goes. So that's the only thing we can do. Otherwise, it was, I think, $500 or $600 for United, and it's 3 stops. So I'm not paying 5 times the price to take 12-hour flight to Florida. So we're struggling with flights lately. I think we're just gonna have to buy a second house in Florida and make life easier. It's making it tough. But yeah, this time we're actually driving to Pittsburgh to fly out of Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh had better flights.
Last time we drove to Orlando, and that's
Last time we
awfully
drove.
tempting again. I don't know.
It's getting hard.
You get into that zone and just go.
Yeah,
So tonight, well, actually, Monday night, we hit the 500 mark for subscribers, and it kept going a little bit there. We're currently at 505, and I'll tell you what, I think we owe some people some credit.
we do owe some people some credit. We've had a lot of help. The people that are in this room that have helped us out along the way.
So let's see. We had the very first one was Digital Refugee. He brought us on, and he did a interview with us, and we convinced him to cruise. So we want to thank him. The second person that we need to thank is we hooked up with Parker's on the Go on Twitter, and they did an interview with us, and we've got some subscribers out of that one too.
Mhm.
And of course, we usually watch them on Thursday nights and pay attention to what they're doing.
Yep.
The third one we need to thank, they are right here in our live tonight, Cruise Nuts.
Cruise Nuts. Yep.
I don't know what you guys did or whatever you guys talked about on Facebook, but we had a little surge there at the end of last month,
Help us
and
out.
I want to say we got 110 out of that. I don't know what you guys did. I didn't pay for nothing, YouTube. Swear to God.
Also, Eddie. Eddie's
And-
on our
Yeah.
feed tonight too.
The
Eddie's
other night-
super supportive of so many of the different creators too, as long as Cruise Nuts and Parkers and everyone else.
The other night,
been
we're
a nice
sitting there
community.
watching Have Luggage Will Travel, and Eddie chimed in and said, "Hey guys, you're at 496."
Yeah.
And lo and behold, after that live with Have Luggage Will Travel, we hit the 500 mark, and then it settled down about 505. And I'll tell you what, thank you everybody. We
Yeah.
can't thank you enough. This is a blast. I mean, you guys know it's an uphill battle to get 10. I mean, it's not easy, but it's been a blast. We're thinking about our next few videos that we're going to release here, what we got to capture on the cruise that we're going on next week. We're figuring out these short thingies that TikTok has suddenly invaded on YouTube.
Yeah.
I can't get over that. I'm sitting there watching some shorts the other night, and you see a TikTok feed on YouTube. They didn't even clean it up, change it, or nothing. They just put their TikTok feed right to YouTube.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. If it's gonna pollute YouTube a little bit with,
No, it's a different platform.
I mean, you get them girls on TikTok shaking their rear ends. That's gonna be all over.
Thank you, Cruise Nuts.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be all over YouTube now too. So
It is. I mean, it's. I don't know. We're all navigating all that one together because it's new for kind of every one of us. But I don't know. We'll see what it is.
It was exciting this weekend. I dropped one video and it got 6,000 some views, in an
6,000,
hour.
2,000, or no,
No,
it was 6,000. It was a
6,000.
lot. Yeah.
and then the next one was the dog snoring, and that one got 4,000 views.
Our dog TikTok does really well.
Well, we're gonna keep filming these dogs, I guess. TikTok is the best platform for floating newer crowd.
You're right. Yeah, you are right. We have I know I might have mentioned it before. My son is 18, and he's got like 35,000 followers on TikTok. I think we have talked about that before. He's got about 35,000, and all he does is make ridiculous memes on TikTok. We should probably get some of his subscribers, but he won't share. But he
Yeah.
also he's a whole anomaly. He doesn't want to monetize off of it, doesn't want to do anything with it because he just likes no one knowing who he is because he's still in high school. And I've asked him before, I said, does anyone in your school even know that you have that many TikTok followers? He's like, no. I said, he has one friend that knows. And I go, do you know if there's any people in your school that are following you? He's like, probably. But he doesn't pay attention anymore. He's got some big TikTokers that actually follow him, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and it's funny because
And it's just, he makes the most ridiculous
I don't
things.
think he really cares.
No, he doesn't care at all. We're working so hard to get 500, and this kid's got 35,000.
Yeah, we got another part-time job here.
That's true, Cruise Nuts. We don't bring it up to a lot of our friends either that we do this. A lot of our friends don't, some of our closer inner friends, but we don't have a big group of friends anyway. We're
No,
people,
I
but
don't know that they would watch us anyways.
yeah, it's a different, because I mean we talk to people like you guys. We have our YouTube friends that have our similar interests, so we've made friends this way.
Kind of strobing.
Yeah. Oh, that might be the TV behind us. That better?
How's that?
It's probably the TV behind us. Hi, Alice. Hopefully you're feeling better. I know you haven't been feeling great lately.
You know, Eddie's not having any luck with his hip there too.
No, Eddie's having bad luck with his hip, and it's okay. Yeah, our neighbors don't have. We don't really talk to our neighbors, but yeah, it's the same thing. They're not cruise people. We're cruise people, so they hear us talking about cruising, but we don't want to talk about YouTube and stuff too much.
It's hard
with them.
enough to get our own kids to subscribe and watch us.
Our kids don't
you don't
watch
see them
us.
on here now.
Yeah.
But then the minute they're in a video, you see a spike back in the analytics, and I watched myself 16 times. Okay.
It's all right. All right. What are we gonna do? But they're happy to go on cruises with us. There's that. I don't know.
So I suppose the big question is, we've been on Maravilia. This will be our
Good.
4th time?
Third time on Maravilia.
3rd.
Third on Maravilia, yeah.
What kind of content are we going to make?
No idea.
We obviously got to capture the shorts. But again, I dropped a short last night on Maravilia, and it's gotten 5 views.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think shorts is a good place to view.
Well,
I think it's a more fun thing. It's not a.
right, but, and I want to say Where's Walter TV said this to me on Twitter the other day, because I was so excited. I posted it on there like, hey, look at me, you know. And we got 9 subscribers off of those 2 shorts.
Yeah.
But Walter brought up a very good point of, okay, you got the subscribers, now how is that going to turn into them watching your channel?
Right.
So he does makes a good point. But I also wonder, did we capture that cruise people crowd that we're trying to cater
Probably
to?
not
Or
when it's a short of the dog snoring. Just saying.
we got 6 from that one, we got 9 from the other one. But obviously we'll have to take more pictures of these meathead dogs of yours. And
They do good on TikTok. We don't. I mean, nothing crazy. But every time I make a TikTok of the dogs, they go crazy. If anyone doesn't know, we have 4 German short-hair dogs. So that's why we're crazy.
you know what? I haven't figured out TikTok yet. I throw stuff on there and I get no views, I get nothing, and then I get something in the inbox that says, hey, pay for 2,500 views. And hey, no. How about that?
TikTok's not for advertising other channels. It's for doing its own thing. I mean, it does definitely have some space. Like Cruise Nut said, it's good to attract the younger audience, but it's a very different thing. It's very Instagram. It's very visual. It's not, hey, look at this inside tour. It's look at this beautiful beach scene. It's just a different type of thing. Maybe we're too old for it, but
Maybe I should try shaking my rear end on TikTok and see how that goes.
you go do that.
Seems to be a lot of that on there that.
That's your feed, not mine.
But you have to hold the camera.
We'll just say if you're seeing a lot of shaking your you know what on TikTok, it's because that's what you're watching. So put that out there. You're fine, Cruise Nuts. Multitasking. Yeah. So it's just a different. I've done worse. Just saying.
Anything for views, right? Take one for the team.
You do what you got to do.
Oh God.
I don't know. My TikTok thinks I'm pregnant, or what's the other one? Just had a baby, or going through infertility treatments because we just had the grandbaby. So obviously, I search a lot of things for babies and things like that. So TikTok thinks I'm pregnant.
Mine thinks I'm a farmer because I'm getting a lot of them right now of combines harvesting corn. That's been all of mine. And
Where'd you grow up? What did your high school have? Oh, cornfields.
oh yeah, they actually had a class on how to grow corn. Yes, I remember. I remember it quite well. It was in the
Yeah.
middle of a cornfield. How ironic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So there's that.
There is that. Might know you a little bit.
So I'm thinking this time we already did the inside tour, the outside tour. We've been down the water slides. Those videos have done pretty well. Maybe I don't know, bar scene, because they got that cool anchor bar.
They have that. I just don't want to spend 3 days in a bar, so
I'll do a bar crawl.
he can do that.
You gotten an email yet about Yacht Club? Or are they giving it to us? Or
So I got it. As of right now, that cruise is sold out.
sold out?
We'll find out.
We'll see.
Most people say they get their bid upgrade in 4 days before the cruise, so we have 4 days.
But see, what's got me really wondering now is our on board time on Thursday is 10 a.m.
Everyone's is 10 a.m.
God. 5,000 people. That means everybody's going to be there about 9:15 to be the first ones in line. Oh, here we go. You know what though?
Not. It's gonna change. It always
Port
changes. I
Canaveral,
don't know.
they get you on quick and they get you through.
They
So
do. But it's like you're a rookie here, not our 4th cruise this year. They always MSC's kind of known to that. They'll give you when you book, you get a check-in time at 3 o'clock. 2 weeks before, you get a check-in time at 10 o'clock, and then about 3 to 4 days before, about 4 days when they start working on their manifest, that's when the actual time comes out. So you get
we've
I've
had
known
2
this,
o'clock, we've had 11, we've had.
you don't print your boarding pass until about 48 hours before you actually are going to sail, because it changes multiple times as they work on the manifest. So
You know what? Both times at Port Canaveral,
Canaveral's an easy port.
we were in, we were registered, we were checked in, and we were on the ship fast.
Mhm.
Miami, we've waited twice.
Miami's a little different. The difference with them with MSC at least in Miami is that they are still building the terminal and renovating the terminal, so they have been
Well,
moving
yeah.
the terminal a lot. And think what happens in any type of business when you start moving your employees to a different work site every week, it's going to get confusing. So it's been confusing. Virgin has their own terminal, so that was a little bit smoother. Outside was a little
That was
goofy
really smooth because they had
once you got
lines
in.
for.
Because they know they've got their bearings, they know what they're doing, they do
Yeah.
the same thing every single day. So I mean, well, I guess every week. So they know what they're doing with it. Where MSC is, it's that they use that terminal sometimes for MSC, sometimes they use it for Royal. So you got people constantly switching. So it's just the nature of the beast until they build their terminal. That it's going to be like that. So
But aren't they in partnership with Royal?
they
with
are,
that
yeah.
new
It's
terminal?
yeah. But it's gonna have its own section. But I mean, that started before COVID, so maybe in about 5-6 years it'll be done.
I don't think it'll take that long.
Who knows? They built the whole Virgin terminal in the
Although,
time that MSC's been renovating
You know
here.
what?
So
With the supply chain right now, I'm sure down in Florida getting material is probably a bit of a bear.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably all going over to Fort Myers and boarding stuff up and fixing stuff over there. Not.
well, right
Of course,
now,
they probably
yeah,
got it
but-
all bought, but who knows? Supply chain issues. That's.
Yeah, but it's been going on for a while.
I did like Virgin's terminal though, because
Beautiful.
I liked the lines that they had. That if you're at 1 o'clock, you get in this line. If you're at 2 o'clock, you
They
get in
run it
this
well.
line. And the funny thing was, it was noon and people were in the 2 o'clock line already.
No, they were. Virgin
policed
was very good about enforcing their times, and once we got through the whole debacle of COVID testing, which is not a thing anymore, which is great. So that was probably one of the most efficient embarkations. Carnival wasn't bad either. They were pretty efficient. We got through that real quick.
Do we have to take our vaccination cards?
Yes.
So they're still checking those?
Yeah, you either have to be tested or have a vaccination at this point.
Gotcha.
So that'll
I
change
haven't paid
next
much
week.
attention.
So what's with the open ceiling in your room? Is that a studio room? It's actually our basement. He'd have to show it around. So we're actually down in our basement. We live in a 102-year-old house. So when we bought this house, this was a 100 and whatever year it was at that stage cellar. So think of dirt floors, but it had a little bit of concrete when we moved in, but absolute cellar. And we had a situation where we had a family member move in for a short time, so it got drywalled and roughed out really quick for a makeshift bedroom. And then during COVID, he was off for a few weeks and he finished the entire thing. So now we have a subfloor and everything. So just because the ceilings are lower because it's an old cellar, we painted them black.
Yeah,
So that's the ceiling.
I wanted to go for that kind of industrial look down here, and
Yeah.
I think if I would have drywalled the ceiling, it would have. You really felt
Well,
like
you'd
you
also hit your
collapsed
head.
in here.
It's not
So-
very tall in here.
Yeah, I rented a sprayer and made a huge mess down here, and I spray. You just spray everything. You use acrylic so you can hit the wires and stuff like that, and it actually came out really cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is a little bit darker down here, obviously, but yeah, we
Yeah,
we don't even use our living room upstairs
No.
anymore. It's her office now.
Yeah.
We're down here.
We'll have to give a basement tour someday.
This was supposed to be my man cave, and everybody invaded it on like night one, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. It's nice because it's warmer down here in the winter. It's cooler in the summertime, obviously, and
Yeah.
I like it. But yeah, I need my own space now. The salty dungeon.
Well, it's so funny because I used to actually have my work set up down here, and of course my coworkers are snarky like me. I used to be set up set up a different way during COVID. We've been work from home forever. Married men don't have caves. Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
If we build them.
But anyway, I had my office down here, and I was getting that all the time on Zoom calls. Was where you're working in like they kept calling my office a trap house. I was like, thanks guys. I'm like, I'm just locked in the basement. It's fine. Right, Eddie? I agree. But now my office is the living room, which I don't know why we don't use that for lives, considering it's set up for Zoom calls, because I spend a lot of time on Zoom calls during the day. It actually has a nice background, lighting, web cameras, microphones, but this is his
Microphone.
thing. Yeah.
Right there in front of us.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. It's funny when people come over here though, and they don't even expect us down here. And
No.
you know, if I was 2 inches taller, I'd be hitting my head on the beams and stuff like that. But yeah,
We have one kid that does.
ours is set up in our living room office. Still work to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually had it over on the other side. I built some floating shelves over there, and we had all our cruise knickknacks over there. But the lighting over there is nowhere near as good. I got 4 can lights over here on this side, and there's just one light over there, and it wasn't working out very well. So
You have a secret loft above the office. That's nice.
okay,
We have a upstairs attic that I use. I do craft stuff, so I have that as my craft room. But there's not good Wi-Fi up there.
kind of dark. Okay,
It is a little dark down here. Well, we would probably be really efficient using the room that I have set up for Zoom for work, but I mean,
well sometimes I like
I
to
know.
use the big screen, but yeah.
there's also a 4K camera, but details, just little details.
You know what though? Next time we probably could put a light out in front of us.
We have that upstairs.
You know what?
just saying. Just saying, we have that.
If you guys hear of a woman going overboard next week, it was not me.
Just get you a selfie light. We have a selfie light. It's upstairs.
I think the problem's that light right there in the corner that's causing the glare.
It does. It
on the
darkens it
screen.
out a little bit.
But you know what? Now, Eddie.
Next time we'll convince Dennis to do the live upstairs. It's actually got a nice backdrop. My office desk floats. It looks kind of nice.
Then our next live will be upstairs. But you know what? Look outside, right? Look out that window. It's dark.
That's where there's lighting. Details. I don't hear anything. It's alright. There'll be witnesses.
We got 8 people in here. Who else is in here?
I don't know. We got Eddie, we got Alice, we got Cruise Nuts.
And I got 2 phones going over here so I can read the thing as I go.
I don't know. Don't know.
So Nassau, Bahamas this time again.
Yeah.
Sweet. You know what? It's been, what, a whole 4 months since we've been to Nassau?
Yep. Yep.
We're going to stay on the ship?
If we get upgraded, no. No. If we get upgraded, we're staying on the ship. Just because we've had it. We've done other videos before. Obviously, you guys know we like MSC. But they have that yacht club, which was, I think, similar to like the Haven class on Celebrity. It's their butler
We'll
service
be there in
things.
3.5 weeks.
Nice. NASA's all right. But if we do that, we're going to consider that our sea day. It's 3 days since 3 years since you've been to NASA. That's
Oh,
Eddie.
wow.
I guess you got to book something.
Yeah, it's changed a lot in 3 years.
Oh yeah, the port's kind of crazy. But with that, we'll consider that as our sea day. If not, I think I want to go do that Queen Staircase. Walk around. Tony wants to go buy shot glasses. There's a little guy, not the actual straw market, but the
Off to the left.
yeah. There's that little
Okay.
stand straw market thing. Yeah, it's still,
It's
under,
still under
construction. It's
construction.
pretty. It's moving along really fast. I mean, we've been there a bunch since they've been building it. It's promising. What do you guys do in NASA? We've done something different every single time. So this time, yeah,
We always tell ourselves we're going to stay on the ship, and we never do.
No, we never stayed on the ship.
So let's see. The first time on Seaside, we went over to that
Cabbage, not yeah, that was
was
Cabbage
that
Beach.
public
No,
beach
not-
by.
by Atlantis. I
by
think that's
Atlantis.
Cabbage Beach.
That was cool, but they heckle
pretty-
you out there a lot.
Yeah, that was pretty.
We rented an umbrella and some chairs and stuff, but man, the locals were trying to sell everything to us, and it was a good time. Second time.
I don't know.
Second time would have been Maravilia, second cruise, the long one.
That was Yacht Club one.
Yeah.
That one was. That's when we did
Balmoral
Balmoral
Islands.
Island. Don't
We have a whole
forget to
video on
remember.
that one. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Just don't go to that. That's. I don't know why MSC even offers that as an excursion. I mean, we got back on the ship and we complained, and I didn't want money back. I just said, hey, look, quit doing
We
this
spent
excursion. That was
45
horrible.
minutes on the island and actually went back with a carnival excursion just to go back. It was not pleasant. Whatever. We've done Margaritaville. Margaritaville is fun. I would definitely recommend that.
Yeah, we did that on the carnival. That was a blast, but unfortunately, we lost all that footage somehow between
Went to Paradise Island, walk in the casino. Yeah,
airport
that'd
and
be nice.
here. They have a casino?
Atlantis has a casino too.
Oh.
There's a lot of casinos in Ness.
Huh.
What else have we done?
Last
We've walked around a couple
Yeah.
times, done that. This time I think we might, if we get off, we'll probably do. I want to do that Queen Staircase.
They're saying Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon. You know what? We'll have to talk to you guys about that because I keep hearing that's a good one too. I know it's a little bit more family friendly,
Where's-
but there's some adult. I think there's an adult only section. I think.
Where's
I've
the
seen
one
too.
that you swim with the pigs and then they go up and butcher them right after that and you have a good meal?
Yeah, that's it.
Is
It's not Blue Lagoon. It's another island out there. There's actually 2 islands that have that. We won't do that
Why not?
because we have a pet pig, and it's. I will not get on my high horse today about that.
You ever been to a pig roast?
Yes.
Pork rolls.
Yes. There's a lot of. I don't want to get off. I don't want to go off on a tangent, but it is if you look up the ethics that is done with the pigs on that. I'm not saying you need to be a vegetarian or
They
not
feed
eat
them, they
meat, pork.
breed
or
them, they
vegan.
feed them, and they eat them. I mean, what's...
Yeah, but they're
Circle
forcing an
life.
animal to be. It's just not good. Google it if you want to Google it.
You know what? I think this time, for me
I
in
will look at that.
Nassau,
Thanks.
and granted, we're going on a ship that holds 5,600 people. Supposedly it's booked out.
Mm-hmm.
The last time we were there on Divina, you had Oasis of the Seas, you had Mardi Gras, you had us on Divina, and you had Carnival Elation. We got off the ship, and holy smokes, was it crowded. There were people,
That was.
too many people.
Yeah.
That was too much. That pier was... Which ship? Prima? We were on MSC Divina. But yeah, there were...
Oh no! Yeah. Okay.
There were that place was just jam packed. Started pouring down rain. Everybody's running everywhere. People were throwing up in the port entrance there. Kids got to see that.
Yeah.
That was great. So
Oh, this time we're going to be on Maravilia.
Yeah, I don't know if there's some more bigger ships, and they're going on Prima.
Oh, you're going on this one. Okay. What is that? Is that the Norwegian one you were talking about? That's the new one, I believe, isn't it? I think that's the new one.
Gotcha, the new Norwegian.
Yeah. Yep,
All right,
that's what I
that'll
thought.
be
Yeah,
cool.
that one actually looks. That's an on the list one. That one looks really nice. I've seen that. Yeah, that one. I think that one's just coming out. I believe. Looks good. I want to hit that one. I would like to hit. We've never done Norwegian. I want to hit Celebrity, Beyond,
Or Edge.
or Edge. Beyond's the newest one. That one looks good. Honestly, I'd like to hit the. I wouldn't mind doing the Carnival Mardi Gras, testing that out. Yeah, it just came out. What else? What other ships do we want to hit? A lot of, all of them.
I'm thinking Oasis of the Seas still.
We need a Royal. And Royal Caribbean Icon, yeah. Yep, that one looks cool. I'd like to do that one.
Yeah, I saw very few videos on that are out there, but good lord.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that. It might be too big and too much. I don't know.
No, I like big ships.
Yeah, so do I, but I mean, if they're going to come out and they're going to say, hey, we can hold 8,000 people, not for me.
Yes and no. Like Meraviglia holds. We've been on that one before at almost capacity. We'll tell you again next week how it looks this time at capacity. I'm interested to see big ship post-COVID capacity. That's going to be what the test is going to be. Because pre-COVID we've been on it at capacity, and I mean it holds 5,500, and it did not feel like it. You like the middle class ships. I like those too. I don't know. I like big. Something about the big. There's just a lot to do with it. Eddie don't care for Carnival. Yeah. I would do that's kind of with us too. Mardi Gras would be our Carnival, the big ones on that. But going back to the other ones, like the big ones, you just don't feel. It's not so. I don't know. They're just so big. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why I like those. But again, the test is going to be because we've been on this. This will be our third time on this ship, big ship. First time capacity. Second time was COVID, like November of last year. So we were on that ship that holds 5,500, and I think there were 900 or 1,000 on it.
It was a ghost town.
It was a ghost town. It was actually cool vacation. We had a blast. It was kind of boring.
You guys going on the vloggers in January?
I've been looking at it, but I don't know. We haven't booked it yet. It would be interesting, but we'll see. It's all very different now since COVID.
You know what, Eddie? Since you brought it up and you were saying that you don't care for Carnival that much, but you want to try Mardi Gras. We were the same way. We made fun of Carnival ships everywhere we go, that they were rust buckets sitting in the port and they needed to get out on the side and paint them a little bit. And then her and I went by ourselves just on a 4-day to.
We gotta go now.
We got on Liberty, and I'll tell you what, I had a blast on Carnival Liberty.
We did.
Don't eat the eggs because they're powdered eggs and they taste like salt. Anything else was pretty much edible. I mean, the bar, what was that? The Alchemy Bar?
Yeah.
That was a whole show in itself. The comedy show was funny. That was a good cruise, but honestly, I would not do that on a 7-day cruise.
Okay.
I'd go stir crazy.
But so Cruise Nuts is actually going to be doing the drome on the Carnival Ecstasy before it's done next week. That's actually it's scrap next week. It's like last cruise here soon. So and Eddie and Cruise Nuts are going to be on the vloggers in January. We're gonna have to look that up because I don't think we're gonna make. We were hoping to do a December cruise, but it's not looking like that's gonna happen. I'm actually having surgery. What was it? We're coming home on Monday. I'm having neck surgery on Friday. So, I don't know.
Well, there's that.
We'll see what happens. They're saying that I might feel better coming out of surgery than before, so we'll find out. So I don't know about that. Who knows? We don't. I have surgery a lot, so I'm kind of an old pro at it. I'm planning on having a neck fusion on Friday and working on Monday, so that's just kind of how I'm cut a little different than most. Some people are like, oh, I take 6 weeks off work for this. I'm like, I'll work on Monday. It'll be fine. So we'll see. But yeah, We're gonna have to look into that January cruise.
What-
Is there a
what
group
ship's
for it,
that
or
on?
yeah? What ship is it? I think it's a. Is it a
that on
Royal?
Oasis?
No, that's the one in July with. Is it? I don't. Which yeah? Which one's the one in the vlogger? He was doing that a while back. Ah, the Breakaway.
Is that Tony and Jenny's cruise?
No, I don't think so.
I think it is. I was
Is
watching
it?
them last night, and she had
It is.
1,000 cabins booked.
Ooh. See, I guess we gotta book. How many nights is it for vloggers? I'd like to hit a Norwegian. Okay, so I guess we're gonna look into this more tonight.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Share it to you, some random guy. It's a 7 night. That's tough, but we got new vacation time starting in January.
And I get an extra week starting January 1st, so.
We also have a wedding in May that we've got to pay for.
I think I'll have 4 weeks of vacation next year.
Yeah. But it would be fun. We're gonna look into it. We'll let you know. We'll stay tuned.
Yeah, I was watching Tony and Jenny's live last night, and they have 1,000 cabins booked.
They've got a
Could you-
huge audience.
Could you imagine?
I know.
Wow.
I bet they have some good deals running through it, too.
1,200 vloggers and content creators.
Wow, that'd be so much fun.
And then everybody gets back and drops all their videos at once.
We'll do our thing. The little vloggers do our thing. It's gonna be epic. It will be epic. That'll be actually. Yeah, let's look into it.
What's the date on that in January? Do you know? Because I gotta look at the schedules when the move outs are happening and when the move ins are happening.
January 29th.
End of the month.
That actually might be alright.
List of 60 out of New Orleans.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool. We've never sailed out of there.
All right, interesting.
29th to February the 5th. We might be able to do that one. We got a lot going on. We've got a kid getting married in May. So we have her bachelorette party
Calling
weekend.
sick.
Right?
Yeah, but here's the problem. They know what I'm doing when I call in sick.
Let's go. Maybe I can just take off like 3 months for my neck surgery. I'm 1099, so it doesn't matter anyway. I don't
wonder
know.
if I could, like, I don't know. Tell your work you have COVID. No, we're not going. No, we're not going down that road again.
That's how we got the.
Good Lord. So there was in 2021 when all this COVID stuff was no.
You're having surgery also after the cruise.
When all this COVID stuff fired off and they got real funny with our stuff at work, like you got to check in here every day and you got to do this and do that, and so I put in for a vacation time in November, and I didn't tell anybody where I was going, and I wasn't going to. So her and I snuck off to Cancun for
Nice.
5 days.
Alice was just saying she was doing payroll. Go on, you keep talking.
So we go to Cancun, you know, really didn't have any problems down there. You kept your mask on the resort and stuff like that. You didn't go off the resort without your mask or they'd arrest you. I felt pretty safe there. I mean, and we didn't get sick. That's the whole thing. We come home and somehow my superintendent figured out that we went to Cancun. He calls me, sends me this email, and I think they were going to actually fire me because I didn't tell them where I was going. And I said, hey, look, it's a free country. I can do whatever the hell I want. If I'm going to go on vacation, I'm going to go on vacation. I don't have to disclose to you guys where I'm going. Well, yeah, but you went to a third world foreign country and COVID's running rampant and you're going to make people sick. You need to go get tested and blah. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. So yeah, I don't really disclose to them where I'm going now. I just put in my vacation time and they say, share with your company where you're going. Vacation.
And I'm self-employed, so I do whatever I want.
That was my little rant.
Yeah, it was a rant.
Oh, that made me so mad.
Ironically, all of our kids got COVID while we were gone.
We never got sick either. And we stayed 2 extra days.
Stayed like 4 extra days.
That was 2 because there was a hurricane hitting Fort Lauderdale area and we couldn't fly in.
So Eddie got laid off during COVID and just never went back.
Oh.
Yeah, I've worked from home long before COVID, so
I think I was off
I never
for.
got a day off.
We shut the job site down for about 8.5 weeks. And then went back and.
One of our kids is calling us. Obviously, they don't know we're on lives. Don't
Oh.
answer. Do not answer it. But
It was FaceTime. He was probably going to show us the baby. She probably ate chicken wings again and spit up all over the place. Oh. Well, you want to wrap this one up
we
and
can wrap this one
go
up.
get some food here and.
Yeah, I haven't eaten today. So,
Right.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, let's call it a night. It's getting dark. The dogs are all sleepy. I'm tired. I'm hungry.
Drew's calling me now. These kids just do not know. Obviously, aren't subscribers because they're not getting
Yeah,
notifications.
something's up because he wouldn't.
Yeah, let me. You
Yeah,
wrap
go
up.
ahead
I'm
and
gonna say
take
hey.
this. I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap it up.
Hey, what's
Thank
up?
you guys for watching.
Oh, there she is.
We'll see you guys soon. And
Your dad's on live.
oh, Z Show. Hey, Z. Thanks for joining us. We were just getting ready to get off here, but hey, thanks for tuning in. You can still check us out. We'll have more videos here coming soon. And hey, thanks guys for watching. And Eddie, let's go.